Good morning, Highlanders. I'm Cameron Fink.
And I'm Tessa Johns. Today is January 25th.
And welcome back to the Tartan Times. Already. For starters, Hamilton County has received the most severe rating on the Coronavirus Advisory Index as of January 14th, a little over a week ago. In fact, the county is the only one in all of Ohio to have a rating so high. Our new color, purple, indicates extreme exposure and spread.
However, there are no federal mandates associated with each individual rating, so we haven't immediately locked down yet. However, these ratings can dictate changes in the local area. The elevation in status was deemed necessary by Governor DeWine after the average new cases per day rose to 773.
Oak Hills does not plan to go remote, though, due to the new contact tracing guidelines we discussed last week. The new guideline limits the number of quarantined students and staff by being more lax in their handling of positive cases.
As long as both parties are wearing their masks and are properly socially distanced, contact tracing is more advisory than a definite warrant.
Furthermore, the process of being vaccinated in Ohio is much more complicated for those that need it most, our elders. The older residents of Ohio are being left to navigate confusing websites in the search of how, when, and where they can be vaccinated.
Nearly all U.S. states have taken a decentralized approach to the distribution of their vaccines, mostly due to the need of the help from higher healthcare providers and outside agencies.
And this is what fosters the disjoint approach. The different agencies and venues involved for getting the vaccine all have their own particular methods of setting appointments, either by phone or on the internet.
Ohio had initially began vaccinating the healthcare workers and those in long-term care facilities. Now, the states are under pressure to provide guidelines for the clearance of confusion.
Ohio is now expanding those who can receive the 2-time shot to anyone over the age of 65, under former President Trump's direction. And vaccines will need to be streamlined as a result. On that same note, Biden's inauguration means we could see drastic changes in these processes. And now, let's send it over to Marin for a weekly winter weather update.
Thanks, guys! This week I have some very exciting news for you. We could be getting some snow, and although that may be pretty, it will be pretty chilly. And you can expect the highs to be in the 30s, with lows in the 20s, even getting down to 17 degrees. And as someone who is always cold, I would highly recommend bringing a jacket. Back to you guys. And just a disclaimer, guys, it's just me and you out here, so I know I'm not wearing a mask, but you know, we're good, following guidelines, we're okay. Have a good one.
The year 2016, previously the undisputed leader of warmest ever recorded, now has a running mate. Despite winter looming, 2020 has tied for the warmest year ever, raising even greater concerns for global warming and environmental causes.
The planet's average temperature was nearly 2 degrees Fahrenheit higher than the typical baseline. The rising temperatures have caused numerous catastrophes and natural disasters, as well as the rising sea level due to the melting ice caps in the ocean.
Global warming has numerous negative impacts on our environment. While some of these processes take thousands of years to unfold, they are irreversible and therefore effectively permanent.
For example, the Ohio River has been known to be the most polluted river in America by a country mile. For NHS students, climate activists, and otherwise concerned individuals, there are a bunch of ways to become involved in communal efforts to start bettering the environment.
Now, we have our weekly sports spotlight.
This week, we took a look at the wrestling team, which is quite literally stronger than ever. Let's see what Jess has for us.
Hi Cam, I'm here with Brandon Mitchell, captain of the wrestling team. How are you, Brandon?
I'm doing great, thank you for asking.
All right, our first question for you is how has COVID-19 impacted wrestling and what things have been changed to ensure everyone's safety?
COVID-19 has had a very big impact on wrestling. Last year it canceled the state tournament, and this year it still affects it by all large tournaments being canceled, and some teams have even been shut down. Some precautions that have been taken to prevent the spread is masks must be worn the entire time during a meet other than when wrestling, as well as there's new weigh-in procedures.
All right, and this year's wrestling team is quite young. In fact, there are no seniors. How have you as a captain tried to build up such a young team?
You have to build people up by motivating them. You have to constantly be a leader and give them a role model.
And then what do you hope to see for the future of the wrestling team this season?
I hope to see everybody continue to push each other in the wrestling room and get better as a team.
All right, thanks Brandon. Back to you, Cam.
In other news, Cincinnati Zoo has unveiled quite a few projects and improvements in the making for 2021. More importantly though, our star-studded beauty queen, Fiona the Hippo, turned 4 just yesterday, January 24th. Fiona is a Cincinnati legend with many ice cream flavors, t-shirts, and mascots spawned in her wake.
Beyond the exciting birthday festivities, Cincinnati Zoo is offering a discounted admission for their Penguin Days on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Penguin parades and encounters will take place around 11 a.m. outside of the wings of the World Birdhouse.
The zoo is still planning on installing a new attraction to raise attendance in light of a dire season due to the pandemic. In the spring, the Cincinnati Zoo will open an upcharge ropes course and treehouse called Kanga Climb, featuring nets, bridges, and an observation deck. This, of course, comes off the heels of the debut of Rue Valley in the summer of 2020.
All right, guys, that's all we got for you for this week.
Be sure to like and subscribe, and as always, go
Go
Highlanders. What?
Under President Trump's...
What if?